Nothing's working today. Let me get this stuff box back up. Thought it was ready to stream, but apparently not. That's there. Let's. All right, let me go ahead and I guess let people know I'm on Discord. Okay, over here, and we will go to promote ourselves. And one more place. There we go. Alright, I think we're good. Okay, so I guess I'm going to first. I've got this Neo Geo that I've had out. I'm going to put that up because it doesn't need to be out. I don't know what all these little baggies are for. I think it's a power cord bag. That's the console bag. I don't know. There's so many little baggies. I think this is for the console box. This is for the controller. Might be for the other controller. Yeah, this is for the controller. Okay. So I'm just going to work on this until I start getting some people in. Then we'll take a look at the new microscope. If you're in now, just let me know and we can start looking at it now. I haven't even messed with it yet. I hooked it up, cussed at it a while, finally got it to capture video. And yeah, that's about it.
Red. New microscope. Is it stronger than your previous? Better build quality?
Yes.
Everything.
Yes, it is. You're going to like it. It's going to be pretty cool, I hope. We have one at work, so I hope it works as nicely as the one at work does. I'm just getting
32-bit red.
this put up.
I love anything that lets me see better.
Oh man.
Laughing face.
We here, let's go ahead and I'll show you. You get a sneak preview. Let's grab the Saturn motherboard and we'll head over to repair bench. First thing you notice is really blue. Alright. So now we can get in here and now I can also get it closer. We can really get in there. So now we'll look at this one capacitor here. Is my microphone working? I just forgot to check that. Yeah, okay, we're good. And then I can actually
32-bit red.
zoom in.
Wow, I can read those tiny things.
You
Smiley
zoom in
face.
nice and close. We can see that this one is a. Oh, you can already see right there. See that crumbs next to the capacitor? That's where the capacitor is leaking. So that's what I'm looking for when I'm when we're going in here to replace the capacitors. Here's my finger, kind of to show you how much this is zoomed in. Yep. Yeah, so I'm excited. But yeah, that's why we're going to replace the capacitors on this board.
32-bit red. Oh my. That's bad. But if you can see it now, then it can be fixed easier.
It's true. Like, actually, let's go ahead and take a look at this Sega CD board I have. So this Sega CD board, I'm having trouble with it working at all. And I don't know why. And then I've got like multiple cameras, or multiple lights around too, to kind of get some better lighting. Alright, so what I'm going to look for here is I'm going to look for places on the board where there might be a broken trace, or
32-bit red. Is this the one you were gonna send to me, or
no,
just a random broken one?
This is a random broken one. So like right here, I'm looking at these vias. See that via right there? Oh, this is really cool. Let's see. So I can also like turn it slightly. It's supposed to be 3D, but I don't see how that's 3D. That just turns the camera. It's really finicky. Man, it's really... Alright, anyway.
32-bit red. It's like reading an Elder Scroll. Laughing face.
It is. So I put capacitors on there. I put like a newer style on here. But if you see right here, where is my little... You can use something as a pointer. Here we go. I'll use my pick as a pointer. So if I look right here, see this little ooh, that's crap on the end of it. Right there, how it's gray in there. It's got corrosion in there I didn't know about. Which means that it won't be going through the board correctly on the back side. So I need to see if any of those are bad. What I need to do is like you need to kind of go through here and mark the ones I see like that, because that just means it's not going to get the data through if it's got corrosion. See, I resoldered like everything on these boards, trying to find out what's wrong. Now this is the one I was going to do for probably sell it as broken. It'd be cool if we could fix it. On the back side, it looks like everything's got solder on it. So we're going to find them on the front side if we're going to find anything. So like that VIO right there, also it doesn't look good. See, I was thinking about getting my other camera up here to do, so where's he is right here. Okay, so now I want to see if this goes through the other side. Hold on one second. Yeah, so that VIO does go through. But that's what I'm looking for. I'll be looking for like one that has that little bit of corrosion in there. So this is supposed to let me twist the camera a little bit, but it just moves it back and forth too much, I think. Oh well. But yeah, now I can still get in here and work and get stuff done, and I can move the camera up if I need to. So this is the normal zoom.
32-bit
It's
red.
still pretty good.
Where did the corrosion come from?
Just
Caps
age.
can't leak since you told me SCD can't have cap problems.
Well, no, this is a Sega CD Model 1. This has all the problems. Yeah, this is a Model 1 CD. See, like if you look right there, we can see some even on that chip right there. Yeah, underneath that chip we've got corrosion even. I bet that's where our problem is. We'd probably have to take out everything on this board and just check everything.
32-bit red. So why can't Model 2 have problems?
They
Doesn't
use
everything use caps?
They use capacitors. They use the just a better version. I'm not saying they don't have problems. I'm just saying they don't have problems like that. And the Sega CDs I have don't have any issues. Give me a second. Let me go grab it. I don't know what I did with my
32-bit red.
DigiKey order.
Wow. That's good.
Alright. I did not get a chance to burn that copy of the game yet for you. So I still need to do that. And I also need to find the
32-bit
Sega
red.
CD I want to send you.
It will probably be fine.
Here, I'm going to go back over here. Because I want to get this. I got to get some stuff out of my way here before I start knocking over stuff. But yeah, putting up this camera was a pain in the butt. So let me show you kind of how it looks now over here. So I had to like mount it to the drawer or to the top door to get it to work, because my desk doesn't have a big enough lip to actually get in there. It doesn't have an actual lip enough to like clamp down to it. So it's kind of annoying. So I had to move things around a bit. Hold on, give me a second here. I want to get this. I haven't put up my Neo Geo since I checked the battery on it and it was fine. So I'm trying to do that right now. Ugh. There we go. That side would be at the plastic piece go. I've just been having one of those days. It's just nothing's going right for me. So I'm like, I don't want to work on anything that I might break. I'm just going to break it.
32-bit red. I'm sorry.
It's alright. Look, I had both of these plastic sides and I don't know what I did with the other plastic side. Like, it's been this crap all morning. Just... I did get a new blue mat that came with it, so I might change it out because this one's slightly bigger. So I might do that. That was nice. Then I can clean a mat between the two. Oh well, whatever.
Oh, and I did Setsu.
put it in
I
here.
got another Neo Geo longboard in that World Food Games.
Oh, did you?
Oh, and I Densetsu. It just needed the cardboard residue.
That's nice. Oh, come on. Why? Killing me, Smalls. I need to find another plastic piece. I'll find out later. Alright. I got my Neo Geo still out. It's the little Neo Geo X. And it's taking up room, and I'm trying to so this one actually had, this is actually they put the power cord and everything in this box. Alright, cool beans. I'll just do that. Yes. I'm gonna get some of this stuff cleaned up. I ordered the cap kits for the Saturn. I thought they came in, but I don't know what I did with them if they did. I don't know. I know I had them ordered, and they should have been here by now. I'll have to go check my console 5 order. I wonder if I did the thing where I like had most of it ready in the cart and then forgot to hit pay now. I've done that a couple times. So, yay. Alright, power cord. And what else was in here? So the power cord was in here. The AV cables. Which was just one of those headphone jack to AV lines. Are you? I don't even know. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm done with the day. It hasn't even started. Like the next thing is I'm looking around and I don't even see where my freaking console is. Like, I know I took it out to get the alcohol on it to make it look nicer. Oh, there it is. I found it. It's like going nuts. You want to see nuts? I'll show you nuts.
You need a day just to yourself.
Yeah, I do. I mean, technically, when I come down here to stream, it's supposed to be the time for myself, which then also, you know, is not quite time for myself because I'm trying to get stuff for other people done while I'm doing this stuff. Put this cable, the other plastic baggie I had. There it is. I don't think this is technically not the cable that came with it, but it's the HDMI cable that goes with it. That way I don't have to search for that again. Okay. Well, I got both sides for this one. You know what I did? Did I stack them together? And I just looked at that and they're the same size. No, I didn't. Okay. So this just kind of goes in like this. And then holds the little console in like right here. There we go. And if I put it like this, I'll be able to get that little console out to check it easier to make sure the battery's not bubbling up or anything. Okay, that's in there, that's in there. What I do with the actual box. Oh, I'm sorry guys, so exciting watching me try to remember my brain. Once I get this done, we'll do some stuff on the bench. I want to take a look at my Sega CD or my Sega Genesis real fast. Huh.
"32-bit red. Try to calm down.
I know.
This isn't boring me at least. Take a deep breath. Count to 10. Say Sega. And drink AVA.
My blood pressure is just going through the roof. It's like I feel like I wanted to come down here, hook up my new thing, I came down here around 12:15. I wanted to get my monitor hooked up, ready to go. So I went to go hook it up. I found out I couldn't connect it to the side of my bench. Whatever, I'll figure out another way. I tried to put it on the side. That didn't work. So eventually I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to take a door off of my tops part and just attach it to the shelf there. That worked. So now I'm around 12:30, 12:45, and when I wanted to start streaming, I got everything hooked up. It still wasn't sitting right. I couldn't get it to focus. And I realized I didn't have it pressed in all the way to get a good focus. So I got that to work. Then I was trying to get it on the computer. Well, if I hook it up to USB on the computer, I can't use any of the menus. It only lets it stream directly to the computer. And I couldn't do that zoom in function. I couldn't zoom in and show closer to what I wanted to see. So I'm like, all right, well, that's not going to work. It has an HDMI cable, but it's a short cable. So I'm like, well, I can use my extra capture card. So I installed the drivers for the extra capture card, and it was just freaking out constantly. It was dropping the video, going in and out, in and out. I restarted my computer a couple times. It just constantly was beeping like my computer was getting a new device connected, even though it was connected. Finally it stopped and then just gave me a fault on the drivers. So I don't know what was going on with that. So I'm already about to throw the thing against the wall. So I decided, alright, let me see what else I can find. So I found an old HDMI splitter I had, and I just plugged the HDMI cable from the back of the video to the HDMI splitter, and then found a long HDMI cable and then ran it around on the floor and finally got it to connect. And so that was work. That finally got it to connect, and I was able to see the video. And then I'm like, okay, now I just need to go find the Sega CD console. And I can't, I have 3 regular Sega CD Model 2s, right? I have one that goes in my box, the box copy. I've got one that goes in a rental box, and I had the one that I was playing. But then I realized the one that I was playing was actually out of my real box. So I don't know where my third console is. And so I've been looking for that. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to start streaming and try to get some other stuff done. So that's when I was like going to start doing the Saturn rebuild. And then I started freaking out that I couldn't find this stupid cap kit I bought. And then I just was putting up the boxes that's in my way. And then that's when everything was spiraling. And I don't know. I just wanted to sit down here and have some fun and get stuff done. And now I'm just overly stressed. And I haven't even started anything.
32-bit red. So you're a little mixed up. It's not the end of the world. Trust me on this. Try streaming a Saturn game like you used to.
That actually might not be a bad idea. I've got I just need to get my other Saturn on. Let's pick a game that would be fun to play. I don't even know if I've got my... Hold on, give me 1 second. I backed up my scenes somewhere. I know I've got a backup somewhere. And I don't know how to restore that. Because now I don't want my Saturn stuff. Settings. I'm going to look at this and start getting upset again. Oh well, let's go over to playtest. Oh look, the camera's not working. Oh yeah, that's right, I changed it. I unplugged that crap camera and I put the other camera in. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the one. That's this one. Deactivate it, reactivate it. Come on. See, this is why I don't want to do anything. It's like freaking even just trying to freaking turn on a camera. So this is the Razor camera I'm trying to use. Just beep at me. Do something. Okay. You know what's hooked up? Your Sega Genesis is hooked up. I'm just gonna play some Sega Genesis. Alright.
32-bit red. Stream it. I'm okay with that.
For some reason the secondary camera is not wanting to work, which whatever. Not even wanting to come on at all. Wait, wait. Alright, unplugging. Whatever, you don't need to see my face.
Tiki Party. Ayo Doug. Happy Sunday.
Hey Tiki. Trying to make it happy. Right now it's just driving, making me nuts. Deactivate, reactivate. Why? Come on. Not asking for much. I just want my TV to show a game
Tiki
console.
Party. It's good to see you, laughing face. What's next on the Santa list of tasks to do?
I was trying to, yeah, we'll just do this. Hold on. Let me go, wow, go back here. I'm trying to get my stupid thing to work here. I wanted to cap that Saturn I was looking at. But I can't find the caps. But I do have the new microscope so you guys can see when I'm streaming. So that's nice. I'll show you that in a second. Right now I'm just trying to find where why I'm not getting anything on my capture card for the game.
Tiki Party. A microscope for electronics?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Here, I'll show you that while this thing is being stupid. Because that will at least work, I think. Let's see.
Tiki Party.
Yeah.
I do use a microscope all the time and it's fascinating.
Alright, so let me go grab the Saturn that was going to recap, but if I can find the cap kit, and you can kind of see what I was looking at here earlier. So we are looking, there's some of the vias, and then we can look at the capacitors, but look how bad these caps are looking. You can really see with them like this.
Tiki Party. 90 ice, that's like 20x.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then I can get over here and we can look around. And that's not even zoomed in. I can get it further if I need to. There we go. So you can like see when I'm in here trying to solder on the little stuff. Yeah, so you can actually see what I'm doing now. So I guess we could depopulate the Saturn. We can depopulate the Saturn for now. And I'll just take off all the caps. That's something that shouldn't be too stressful. I say that. But since I can't even freaking get anything else to work, I can at least start taking stuff off. Let's go ahead and I'll zoom out a little bit more. And we will start, and we'll just start taking off these caps. I'm pretty sure that Console 5 has the cap list, but I'm going to double check. Because I don't want to take all this off and find out I've got to remember where everything goes. And I can check and see if I ordered it. Console 5. Let me take a look at my my account here. Okay, I did order it. Box, payment, order, track your order. Delivered yesterday, so it's in the mailbox. Alright, cool. So that's why I couldn't find it. I haven't got it yet. That's good to know. Alright, let's see if they have the wiki for these. Sega Saturn main board video. Where's our wiki page? Here we go. Alright, so yeah, there we go. What's our model number on this guy? It is 837-11491. 37491. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, we got all the caps and stuff. Alright. Let's see if I mess anything up by trying to get my heat gun to the right place. That was what I had to move my heat gun and my soldering, or my desoldering iron, to get everything here where I wanted them. There we go. Okay, so I can get the heat gun. Alright. Yeah, we can get the heat gun over here. Let's see if we can get the different tip on this thing. Oh well. Just going to turn up the air a bit.
Party. This is the only way I'd be able to solder those tiny microchips, but would need a mini soldering iron too.
Yeah, that helps too. We'll go ahead and get some. So we don't want to get it too hot. I don't want to bubble the board or anything. I'm just gonna keep this area, moving this thing around and around the area. Essentially. It also might help if I get some fresh solder on there. This stuff is pretty nasty. Another way you can do it too.
Tiki Party. I recently found a huge RC car in the trash in the controller, plus 3 other controllers of cars that weren't there. It still works.
Huh. I found a wrecked RC car in the bushes by at my work, and I don't. It's like I don't know what we can do with this. So, oh, I got a better idea. Instead of using a heat gun, let's try. I'm gonna just use 2 soldering irons and use them like tweezers. So right now I'm just trying to get a little bit of solder to take, but since they're so already starting to leak and stink, by the way. Oh. Is this one not plugged in? I think it's my.
Tiki Party. I checked online and the thing is over $120, so nice find. Surprised face.
Yeah, it is. There we go. Now we got 2 soldering irons in one. Do we have the blade on you? No, we don't have the blade. Wait, turn this off before it gets hot. Alright. Get this thing changed so we have the better tip on here. Come on. There we go. Alright, now I think we're ready to go. Heat that guy up too. I really need to take my soldering iron for this one off and look at the measure everything. Because I need to get a new tip. I mean, this tip's okay, but it does not do a very good job for like stuff like this. It's hard to get in there. It's also weird. Oh, welcome to the fish party. Wondering if the heat gun will work better now that I got a little solder on it. Super fast. Come on. You can do it, little guy.
Oh, and I densetsu. My burrito is cooking faster than that.
I know. Maybe I should just put it in the microwave. I could probably turn it up a little bit more, but I don't like to go too hot on these older boards. Like on a PlayStation 4 or 5, you almost have to get to 400 to 450 Celsius to get it to do anything. I try to stay around 330 Celsius on these older boards. They're not as thick. They still have a big heat sink on them. Melting in my hand. Hold on. Let me grab a soldering iron now. I might have loosened it up enough. We can just take 2 soldering irons and prime the soldering iron here. There we go. Come on. Oh, hello, fish. Whew. One off. 2. Alright. Alright, let's clean these up. Because they look a little nasty. What am I knocking off? Everything. My microphone. How'd that untwist itself? Alright. Again, another thing just doing its own thing. Alright, give me a second. I gotta go grab my alcohol. I just put it over here on the other table. I don't mess anything up. So what we'll do is we'll even go ahead and turn.
32-bit red. What's happening now? I had to run to the bathroom.
Oh, I just got off the 2 caps, and I'm just now cleaning up to get off the stinkiness off of it. So had to get my alcohol. Hey, I wanted to get up here today. All right. All right. So see that brown that we have around there? That's the old capacitor leaking. So we want to get those all nice and clean. Alright, so now this will be ready for caps when we get them. We'll go over here and we'll start on our next set of caps.
Tiki Party. The new microscope cam is so artsy. Smiley face.
Isn't it? Feel fancy now, feels like I'm a real boy now. We'll go with a C. We'll get these 3 here. So we'll start with the C22. Go ahead and first get a little bit of solder. Sometimes we get solder on both sides and it'll just come off.
Tiki Party. Wow, one finger looks huge in comparison.
Yeah. I was hoping this would make the stream look better. There we go. All right.
ONI Densetsu. Don't give us the finger. Tiki Party. It sure does. It helps there's good ambient light so everything's clear.
Yeah, I've got two cameras or 2 lights on this thing. So it's nice. I've got like 1 ring light on this side and got 1 on the left, 1 on the right, kind of just aiming at the board. So it doesn't have that awful ring look behind it. I can see that I got everything cleaned up. Look how nice and shiny those are now. Oh yeah. Pass the butter. Haha. Alright.
Tiki party. Looks so clean I want it on a frame on my wall.
A little bit of extra solder on there first. Be nice if I had some solder tweezers, but 2 irons work just fine. Same thing as tweezers. You know what? Let's be lazy. There we go. Now I don't have to use solder wick. Alright. Is that bent up? Or does it just look like it's bent? Get my... No, it's good. It's flat. Alright. It's just the... like... This looks like a dip in there. Alright. Next one. C16. Okay, you can even read the resistors. This is better than the camera before that we had. Whew. Like 100 times better. Oh no, I knocked off my lens. The lens is just magnetized down there. I have another lens. Let me see what that other lens looked like. I haven't looked to see what the other one does. See if it zooms in more. See if it's a higher higher resolution, or if we zoom in better. I don't know.
Tiki party. This would be ideal to repair watches as well.
I don't know. That one gets a little bit more area, doesn't it? It's like this one. This one's more zoomed in. Alright, we'll use this one. But we have another one when we're working on stuff we need to see a little bit more room on there. Okay. Ow! Burnt myself. Then bumped. Okay, so that's not going to work. I'll have to move my desoldering iron. Move you again. Damn it! Now every time I look at it, it's falling off.
Tiki party. Have you ever used resin to fix plastic on any of the console casings?
I have not. Kind of looked into it, but I've not tried it yet. There we go. That way I don't burn my arm as much. I don't know. See if I can see where I burnt myself. Yeah, just right there. It's a little tiny burn. No, I've looked into that. I've just not got. I haven't played with the resin yet.
32-bit red. Ouch. Don't do that. Tongue sticking out.
See, you should have
Tiki
told me
party.
beforehand.
I heard resin does a great work. They use it a lot on automotive to fix broken plastic from parts.
I've seen that. I've just, I haven't got a chance to, see how the resin works. I'm not, got that far into. Like the most I did is I've watched somebody fix plastic with resin before. I've not bought resin or done anything else with it to try to see if I can do anything with it. So, excuse me. Stinky. The caps for this guy was expensive. Like, most of the time you got the capacitors are about probably around $10 a bag. But this, for the caps on this console, it was $30. So I'm like, whew. Come on. So you kind of just want to, what I do here is I just kind of move it back and forth a little bit while I'm trying to get the caps off, because you don't want to pressure it. You don't want to accidentally press it to the point where you break the cap or break the trace. And it's easy to do on the negative side because it takes up a lot of heat. Yeah, I still don't quite get it. Okay. So far, the first two I took off was the most leakage. I mean, there's a little bit of crud under these, but not as bad as this first couple. Yeah, those are looking good. I don't think I'll have to do anything with trace. And see the vios, I was talking about that earlier. I'll zoom in here. All the vios look clean. I don't see any green or blue coming through. So, hooray on that. Alright, we're just going along the base of the board. We'll get these two off here. Which are these pins here.
Tiki Party. Looks like a mini highway, a satellite Google Maps view.
It does. There they are. Oh. Clean the holes. It's not good. Hold on. These had a little bit of like nastiness on them, so they don't want to melt very well. Alright, let's try this now. The negative sides are not wanting to clear out. Look at that. Only got 1 out of the 4 cleared. What in the world? Here we go. 2. 3. Back to this first one. This is the one that smells most like fish. And so that just means it's got the most like leaking on the caps. So that fishy smells. What'd you get with the bad caps? Let's go to the other side, see how it looks. So on the other side, yeah, it's not quite even through. I'll go ahead and try to fill it up on this side. Maybe adding some solder over here will give it a little bit more.
Tiki Party. Have you ever had to replace internal batteries on these?
On the Saturn, they have a battery, like their battery port is here. It's accessible, so you have to physically go into the you have to change them out every now and then. It's just a regular CR2 or CR2032 battery. So let's try this. I'm gonna try to heat it up first. Get it liquid.
Tiki Party. I remember the Game Boy has a battery for the time as well, but to know if it's a button or what else.
The Game Boy has the batteries in the cartridges. They don't have them in the console. Flip it back over. I'm going to try one more time from this side. He's just giving me a hard old time. It's alright. I think we got it this time. Fuck. You know you want to come out. Alright. Alright, I'm going to add a little bit of solder. Where am I again? There we go. Add some solder again. I'm going to heat the board up. Because I think what it is just that there's so much ground plane here that it's taking my heat where I could use, where the desolder iron can get the solder out. Oh no. My wires started melting on my soldering
Tiki
iron.
Party. Have you ever had to deal with optic fiber? I'm studying a bit about it and the amount of uses it has is crazy. From one light you can lit several places using it.
Yeah, I dealt with fiber optics when I was when I worked for Time Warner, and I also we have some drives that use it too, that I work with at my normal job. I'm hoping I didn't go all the way through my. No, I was just melting my power cord over there. I might just have to put this guy off and we'll deal with this one later. I don't know why it's giving me so much trouble. So one thing I need to do is I probably have to hold this board up sideways, and then we can heat it on both sides, and that might let me get that bit of solder out. But that can wait until we get the rest of when we get the caps. So we'll go ahead and continue on. Those are the only 2 through-hole caps in this whole thing. All the rest of them are top surface caps. So we'll just deal with those now. I don't mean to get you seasick here. There we go. Yeah, I'm not, like, you gotta be careful with fiber because you don't want to have, gotta make sure the lens is nice and clear and you don't have any dust. Like a little hair can cause fiber optics not to work. Here's where all of our caps are. At the base of this bad boy. This is pretty much your audio and your video circuit down here. Actually, let's go finish the couple caps that's on this side of the board over here. We have a couple more over here. Sorry, you didn't mean to keep twisting the board around to make it all over the place here. There we go. I forget I can move the camera. That also works. Okay.
ONI Densetsu. Sonic's in there somewhere.
Sonic did not get much love on the Saturn. It should have. Should have had a lot more love on the Saturn. But, you know, Sega didn't know what they were doing all the time.
Tiki Party. Tell me this is not a screenshot of SimCity for SNES.
This is the unreleased version of SimCity. Go ahead and try to clean this little bit off here. This is a little bump left over. There we go. All right. Voila. We have one there and one there. This guy's really close to the memory here. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Pop the cap. Whew. Got too hot. Oh, that's stinky. Whew. Yeah, if you get the cap too hot, they'll explode. As you just saw there.
Tiki party. Electro Boom would be proud.
I cleaned up nicely though. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
ONI Densetsu. I always cut them off.
I'm afraid to do that. I don't want to mess up my traces.
ONI Densetsu. I too scared of all the heat.
See, I'm scared of the traces coming loose when you do it that way. Come on. Here we go. And maybe a little bit. There we go. Ha ha. Ta-da. Oh.
ONI Densetsu. There's a special way to cut to not put pressure on pads.
Alright. So let's do...
ONI Densetsu. Shut up ONI.
These are going to be fun around here. Try this. This one's got some dirt around here anyway. Alright, let's get this guy next. Yeah, I tried doing the cut thing on a Game Gear, and I think I messed up a couple traces or something. I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about this. Yeah, it looks good. This little guy. This little light of mine, I'm gonna make it shine.
ONI Densetsu. Nothing beats hot tweezers though.
Oh, I know. Sometimes you don't have enough room for tweezers. Like, some of these would be really hard to get the tweezer in here. Unless you get like the really nice expensive ones. That looks good. Go ahead and start cleaning up this area. Alright. Oh, that you can see these caps have started to leak. These tins right here. Yeah, those two at least are going bad. Right off the audio chip. The other thing is I ordered the power supply caps too. That way, once we're done with this guy, it should be smooth sailing for a long time. I think we'll just get the rest of these caps off. And this cap's starting to bubble, that 220.
Tiki Party. We can say this episode is a recap kappa.
Come on. It's gonna pop on me. I can feel it.
Tiki Party. Oh wait, that's funny. Since this is TDS, I can write capacitor and it sound the same to you.
Come on, get over there. Get on up. You booger. There we go.
Hell's Angel 79.
Woo.
Hey all.
Hey, Hells. Look at this all zoomed in. Got myself a nice new camera. Nice little microscope.
Hell's Angel 79. Fancy.
I sold a Sega CD to
Hell's
Red
Angel 79.
that I've not delivered yet.
What are you working on?
This is a
OpenI Densetsu. Hello Hell.
This is a Saturn. This is that Saturn I took apart last week, or 2 weeks ago, since I couldn't stream last week.
Tiki Party. Sega SS.
I hope Red doesn't mind me spending what I got from him before I sent him the goods. But I'll get it to him. I gotta find the Sega CD I wanted to send to him. Having a little bit of a meltdown at the beginning of the stream. Just couldn't find anything. Nothing wanted to work tech-wise. I was just not having it. Let's get all this crap off here.
If Vandersnatch. A Sony chip on a Sega Saturn Poggers.
Right? That's the sound chip. Before, I guess before they had too much fighting to do. This is like the very first revision. The main chips are the Hitachi chips.
Hell's Angel 79. SNES had a Sony DSP chip Oswell for sound. ONI Densetsu. Looking forward for some Sega Rally Doug.
Daytona. I play that more often than Rally, but Sega Rally's good stuff too. See if we can just see how many we can go through here without adding more solder to them. Come on. There we go. Alright. Whew. Man, they're looking nice and pretty now, aren't they? Got 5 more I can see. On this, we got 4 here, and now we got 1 I forgot about right here. We get this forgotten child first. Ooh, there's some corrosion on those chips. Look at that. I did not see that before. That probably doesn't help the booting. We'll clean that up here in a second too. We'll do that now. Get the cap off first. Alright. Let's see what we can do about these pins.
Hell's Angel 79. Microscope makes it look like you are using a broom.
Right? Alright, let's make sure none of those are touching. First, we'll check and make sure the pin. Oh.
Tiki Party. CSI zoom, but it's not made up. Let me try to clean that up a bit more. I don't see any more rust on it, and I'm not getting
anything else. And
Kofi stream but.
Hey,
Visit
Kofi.
Dougly007's KO5 page at.
Don't do it. There's nothing on there. I'm too lazy to do anything about it. Okay, bye. I don't know if we need to put some more solder on those pins. Oh, this is going to be fun. Super fun.
Bitvandersnatch. Kofi the new way to say coffee.
Anyway, I know they're not like shorted anywhere. Just have like corrosion on there. Let's just do it like this. We won't add more solder. We'll just put some resin on here. Just trying to burn off that corrosion. All right. I think we're good. Let's see if we can get the 3D things to twist right. Nope. The thing still just kind of goes crazy. So it's supposed to have like a twist so I can see underneath the chips, but it doesn't work ever. That one still has a little bit of rust on there, but I think we'll be okay. Okay. I think it'll be okay. Now that we saw that, let's go double check all the other chips. See if we see anything else on them. Alright. I think this is a pin. Yeah, there we go. That's just... Was anything there? I think that's just some dirt.
ONI Densetsu. Yep. What if those pins go nowhere?
Then I wasted my time. A lot of it's just dirt on here. we also want to look at the traces sometime, because you know these traces could have issues where they're broken.
Densetsu. If you're here and I'm here, isn't it our time?
It's about time. Yeah, this is the battery port. If you want to see how zoomed in you are, has a CR232 battery. Looks huge.
Tiki party. Oh.
Everything else looks fairly good. This is another one of those, like, is that solder? I don't think we got any solder. Don't see any more corrosion on here. And then the BIOS chip is socketed. There's a little solder ball, isn't there? Not sure what that is. Zoom out a little bit. Little resistor arrays nasty.
Tiki party. I like how round you managed to make the soldering. May have something to do with using flow.
I think we're good. We're coming up back around to where we started. Is that a hair? Yeah, there's a hair on it. This makes life so much easier. My God. Man, if I had this when I was doing the Sega Genesis last time, I would have been so much happier.
Bitvandersnatch. One of many Doug Beard hairs.
Yeah, right. Shedding everywhere. Alright, we're back to where we started. I think all the other chips look good. Yeah, everything else looks good. So we'll just get these last caps off here then. And I will run outside and get the last couple, or to get the caps out of the post office box as they were delivered yesterday.
Bitvandersnatch. Was this not working?
No.
Or is this preventative?
No, this was not working. It wasn't booting in the BIOS. It would boot in the BIOS, but then it wouldn't read the games. It wouldn't even like read the eject button right. So like a lot of the it was doing a lot of weird stuff. hoping that it's just some of these nasty caps. Ooh, you nasty caps. Yeah, nasty caps. You stinky caps. You want to see some nasty caps?
Mariana,
We should.
did you check before you taking them off? Did I miss that part?
I did, yeah, there was some leakage. There was some caps that were in bad shape. Some bulging caps, some leaking caps. So, I'm pretty sure that this is a cap issue. Come on, come on. There we go. Go away. Oh no. There we go. There we go. Alright. That should be all the caps. Take those away. I'll get all the extra solder off of here. Probably gotta do this to my Saturn soon. Alright. Here we go. This board is now depopulated of caps. Just dirt. I thought there was a trace that was messed up. Alright then. Give me a second. Let me go outside to the P.O. box. And grab some caps. There's also like little boards here that we need to do. The power supply. But I'd rather, we'll just do one board at a time. That way I don't have to recap everything at once. We have so many cicadas outside right now. One of the cicadas, when I was going to go to get the mail, flew and like hit me right on my lower jaw, like trying to like make me eat it. It's rude. I mean, the reason why I get caps.
Nummy.
This is the reason why you get console 5 stuff. You always hint you a hot ball. So, good stuff. Alright. There's $30 worth of caps. Here's the ones we were looking for. That's our main board. Yep. And then this is for the CD-ROM, and this is our power supply caps.
Onai Densetsu. I miss the fireballs Luke used to send out.
These are tongue torturers. They're not fireballs, but they got some spice.
Bitvander's Natch. One time I got a cap kit from Console 5 for my Xbox. One of the caps was crushed. He was super cool and sent me another.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I haven't had any problems with that yet. Let me get rid of all these caps I just took off here.
Onai Densetsu. They suck. Bitvander's Natch. And he's kinda near me too. Which is nice.
He kind of got rid of all his social media though, doesn't he? Because I don't see him on Twitter or anything like that anymore. I think he got sick of people's shenanigans. Which I can understand.
Bitvander's Natch. Oh, I don't know about that.
Alright, so what we'll do is we'll...
Onai Densetsu. Luke is the man.
We'll just pull out like one set of caps. So we'll do these first, which is our Q. Q73. So hold on. Reading code
Onai
J.
Densetsu. What shenanigans?
Oh, just people whining about. There's the people that will whine that he doesn't send the exact rated caps every time. So like he'll send a 10 volt instead of a 6.5, and that doesn't matter. They all work the same. All right, so we're looking for 220s. Alright, so let me see what other, see if he sent me other 220s in here. Just want to make sure. It's more 220s. Here 100s.
Onai Densetsu. People are uninformed.
Yeah. Alright, so I believe these are 100s over here. Most of these, so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 6.
Onai Densetsu. YouTube is like 25 seconds behind Twitch.
Is it really? I didn't realize it was that far back. I think this is my one I'm looking for here. Yeah, there's my 220 This is our big boy that was right up here. Alright, so maybe we will actually get the tins out first, because we'll get the small ones out first, because a lot of the big ones, you'll have a small one in its way. Okay. $47 J. Sorry, trying to decide where I want to do this. Alright, let's start with powering off the thing. Start here with C31. That is a 10, 16. What is C16? Alright. So what I'll do is I'll put the solder that I'm going to use to start the pad with on the negative side first. That way I know I've got a good connection on that. Come on. It's still stinky. There we go. Alright, and
Bit Bandersnatch.
the black line is your
Smells
negative.
like Doug's jogging shorts kappa.
Whew. Those things hadn't had any use for years. Smells like dead fish. Having technical difficulties.
Only Densetsu. So Game Gear.
Yeah. Alright, I don't like this soldering iron. Go for this other one. There we go. All right. Next small one. This awkward one right here. What is he?
Rubik64.
34.
Hide your eyes, chat. Naked Sega CD alert.
This is the Saturn, actually, right now. Still. Cover your shame. C34.
TP
That doesn't
party.
sound right.
TPP blind.
Am I looking at the right board here? Yeah. So it's saying that this one was a 220. Oh no, 22. Sorry. 22. Okay. I think we only have 222s on here. I was reading 220. Okay, let's see what that says. Something 50 volt. That's 1. Okay.
Rubik 64.
Some more 10s.
Okay. Naked Saturn. Happy now at Dougly007.
Yes, I am. Here's our 22s. Okay. So 34 and 33 are 22s. Gotcha. Let's get both of those out of the way. I think this one over here, that is, yeah, that's 33. Alright, so those are our 222s right here. You know what, let me try. Oh, and get some solder on here. Kind of roll it around, try to get some of that tan off of there. Alright, and then we'll just take this sucker out of here and there we go. That way it shouldn't stink as much. I mean, in theory. Look at that shiny new Kappa.
Rubik 64. Speaking about Saturn, anyone remember getting the promotional Sega Saturn VHS tape back in the day?
Oh yeah. I don't know if I still have that. I might still have it around here somewhere.
Rubik 64. Was kinda cringe.
Most of the stuff from the 90s, promotional wise, is cringe. Are you a kid? Yeah. Are you stupid? Yeah. Well, look at the shiny things that run fast. Oh, I don't like that. I see. Hold on. Let's give a dab of that. And we'll. There we go. That looks better. Yep. Okay. I'm happy. Alright, so those are the small ones there. Now we'll go over here and we'll get C52 and C53 because they're going to kind of, or no, that's not 53. We want C23. 23 and 50. So 23 is a 10 and 52 is also a 10. And C16s. I think there was all 16s. Yep. So we'll get about 2 of those caps there. And we will start prepping them. Get them all preppy.
Rubik 64. I guess you could say we are playing Saturn Bingo LOL.
Yeah, we are. Bingo. C23. C23. What Gen X bingo will be like. Come on. Stop slipping out of my hand. My fault. I shouldn't have done it at that angle. Do it at this angle. Yeah. There we go. Now I can. Why does it keep doing that? Let me just start over here. Alright. Okay, let's try this again. Alright. What we'll do is we'll put some little drip of no clean on there. Some no clean flux. Get it lined up. And we'll just slide it in. Slide it in. Keep sliding it in. Just slide right, slide it in. There we go. All right. There we go. That's what I wanted in the first place. Why couldn't you just done that the first time? We'd have all been happy. All right. Okay, got a good grip now. Here we go. Make sure we're flat against the board. Yep. Alright. Now we'll get the other side. Voila! Me like your breadsticks. Alright. I'm going to study with the small pads here.
Rubik 64. Watch Dougly007 go to all this trouble trying to fix this, but instead breaks it even more.
I've already done that once. I'm not doing it again. Yeah, you must have watched my TV thing when I was working on that CRT and busted the crap out of it. Super fun. Alright, this is also a 10. This is that one where they buy the bad ones here. I wasn't paying attention at work, and I was working on a device and got it all ready. Went to go power it on, and it popped a cap. I'm like, what's going on? Not it popped a cap, it popped a fuse. And I put a cap on backwards. So yeah, that wasn't a good day. The cap was still good, believe it or not. It just, you know. There we go. Alright. That was not good. Let's try that again. A little bit more there. That's better. All right. Let's go to C15. Boom. CE15 technically. It's a 10. She's a 10. Oh yeah. I like it. I like it when she's a 10. Unless it's out of 100, then I guess she's still okay.
Rubik 64. Remember kids, don't forget to brush your naked Sega Saturn board before every meal.
That's right. Saturn. Alright. Here's another small one. We'll get that 48. Ah, 48 is a 1. So is 47. I think these are the ones. Yeah, these are the ones. This is hard to see the line on it. There we go. Come on, there we go. Get on there. Yeah. Come on. You can do it. You're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. And the negatives are just so much more difficult to get on there. It's because I got more room I've got to heat up. Look at all that. Look at all this heat sink that's around it. There we go. Oh crap. Knocked off the lens again. Where'd it go? There it is. Wait. There we go. Alright. Probably pull it up a little bit higher, but it's about a foot off of the table right now. I just keep bumping it. Alright. Going on down the board.
Tiki Party.
C16.
You can tell the ones you already did cause they are all pristine and round.
Right? They're all pretty. And they exist. We get this guy on here. Pretty sure most of this. You know what? I've got two different solders out here, and they're getting tangled up. I need to just roll one back up. There we go. So we've only got one solder out. There we go. Cool. I don't like that one. Yeah, that's better. Alright. See, okay, so we got these three right here, which I think they're all 10s. And those are the two that was stinky. So before we do the, I guess we can do the power supply. But before we do the laser assembly, we'll run everything and see if it even recognizes the laser, the freaking laser. So 20 is a 10, 21 and 22. 21's a 10, 22 is a 4.7. So we have two 10s here in this set. Switch hands this time. I didn't knock it off that time. Okay. Okie dokie. Now we need, was a 22 was a 4 point. Okay. 4.725. You're 47. Gonna help. Alright, here we go. 4.7. I think. Is that 47? That's still 47, isn't it?
Tiki Party. I like how those compact. Tiki Party. Very tiny.
Yeah. Oh, is this my 47? Here he is. By itself. No one was looking. I was thinking of you. Oh, did I mention? I was all by myself. All by myself. Like a glove. Okay. Brush your caps. Brush your caps. There you go. We should have one
Tiki
more
Party.
10.
I know what you're referencing, LUL.
This one's got some nastiness still to it. I'll add some solder. It was either Sesame Street or Electric Company. I can't remember which of the two. Aw, sad face. They have nothing more to drink. Alright, there we go. C83. Oh, it says it was empty. Maybe that's why I didn't, like why it still has solder on it.
I'm late to the party, but this looks awesome.
Do you like it? Yeah, I got the microscope. Alright, so it says there is nothing on C83. So, we'll ignore it, I guess. On to C. Hold on, I'm just gonna move over
Retro
here.
Goopy. That is super cool. Bit Vandersnatch. That's 38, Doug.
What did I say, 83? Thank you, my dyslexia was kicking in too much. I meant to say 38. I saw 38. I read 38. My brain decided it was 83. This is how I mess up on math tests. Stupid brain.
Bit Vandersnatch. Oh, cute.
There we go. Alright, so...
Rubik 64. Dougly007 should use some of these numbers for the lottery.
I'd probably throw away a winning ticket reading them backwards.
Rubik64. You never know.
Anytime I've ever played the lottery, I just tell them to give me random numbers. All the 3 times I've played it. Like, I don't care. Alright. That should be all of our 10s. That should be all of our big guys. Let's go back over here to the places where... Let's go back to where everybody knows our names. Do. And everybody tell me do. Okay.
Rubik64. Like cheers.
That's right.
Restream.io. Congratulations. You've received 100 messages today with Restream chat.
Yay, Restream chat. Hold on, that's a little solder ball right here. There we go. Alright. 53. That is 53, right? Not 35, 32. That's a 47. $47. 20s. 100s. 47. Alright. Come on. There we go. It landed perfectly on that other cap. That's funny. Looks really small. Oh well.
Rubik64. Find it funny that a Sony chip is on a competing console.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Huh, that is 47. 53, 53, 47. Okay. They just gave me a smaller capacitor than what was originally there. It should not matter though, really.
Tiki Party. TBH, they all use technology and patents from each other, so many they have an unspoken agreement to not sue each other.
Unless you happen to be doing an Epix game. Or was it, yeah, Edge, that's what it was, Edge games. Alright, we'll get these 2 ones right here, that'd be really awkward to get in here. So we'll get 40, ooh, this one doesn't look good. Look at that corrosion on that. Where's my toothpick? Other side. I mean, it's not on any of the traces.
Rubik64. At Tiki Party, except if you are Nintendo.
Then they're gonna sue you for looking at them weird. Because I'm gonna sue, that's what I'm gonna do. Sue, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, we're looking at 27. Alright, finally we get to use some of our big guys. Are they all the same? J, yeah, they're all J's. Sorry, the number we're looking at. 29. He's also the same. Alright, so those are the same. We'll just grab 2 out then.
Tiki Party. Nintendo also followed that principle for a while. There was a time recently when a mobile console tried to sue them, claiming to have invented touchscreen buttons. That'd have been bad for the whole industry, so for once I'm glad Nintendo swept them.
Really? A mobile game decided nobody like thought of touchscreen buttons? Oopsie.
Tiki Party. Nobody could use a directional pad if it was for that patent LUL.
Well, okay, they couldn't use the D-pad. Like the how if you remember how Nintendo's directional pad was like, well, how it was like this. Yeah, there you go. If you think about it, Sega Genesis didn't use it like this. Theirs didn't look like this. TurboGrafx 16 was different. Everybody had a different style.
On tactiles, but yes, the cross was patented for a while.
Yeah. That's why the PlayStation's is weird. Let me make sure that this is soldered on. Pretty sure it is, but just to be on the safe side.
Tiki Party. At least patents do expire earlier than copyright.
That's true. Don't know if I'm actually in that. I'm gonna add some more solder on the back there. I don't know if I'm actually on the pad, or it's not. I don't know if it's soldered to the pad. I just have to take this one off again. I know I've got solder on the pad. I don't know if it's making a good connection. That looks better. See if I can get a beep on my meter now. Should be on the same negative. Let's see. No, why are they not using the same ground pads? They really aren't? So weird. You'd think that all the negatives would be together. But they're not. I don't know where this one's going. I think that is this value right here. Come on, get in there. I think it's fine. I'm just being paranoid. But if it's not, you know where to come back to. We're gonna blame that That one there on 27.
D2 Crafty 1. What are you using for that?
It is called an live. And it's a microscope. Isn't it gorgeous? Got it on sale.
D2 Crafty 1. You don't even know what that's called? Where did you get it?
Got a microscope.
What model? LUL.
Hold on. See, that's what I mean. This is like, let me see what the model number is on the back here. Oh, hold on. I can look at the box. It just says it's the ELIKLIV. So I think it's a Model 4 IPS digital microscope. They had a few different versions. They had, this one was a 7-inch screen. They have a 10-inch screen. And they have a few other different versions of it. But this was like on sale with a $30 rebate.
D2 Crafty 1. Illegal Model 4? What does it look like?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me just... I'll just take my camera here. I don't know if it's going to look right. Like that. So, and I've got it on an HDMI out to my capture card. So I'm just capturing like I do game consoles. Yeah, I don't like... Still,
D2 Crafty 1. Kinda confused on what I was looking at.
Sorry.
How much did it cost?
Originally they wanted $200 for it, but it was discounted off for 5% and plus $30. So I paid $170 after shipping. Like the Big Brother with the 10-inch screen was over $300. So I mean, for 3 inches more for a screen for myself, that I didn't need to spend that. C25. Another 20. 28. Yep, okay. These are all going up here. I figured they would be. Yeah, it's making my life a lot easier so far, just by what I've been doing today. Come on, go back a little bit further. You can do it. You can't do it.
D2 Crafty 1. I see something like this. Elitla 4K soldering digital microscope 52MP 10.1 HDMI with 360 degrees. Not
Yeah.
sure if this is what you were looking at though.
That sounds right. Okay. Yeah, I got the 7.7 inch instead of the 10. The 10-inch was the more expensive version.
D2 Crafty 1. So it kinda mounts on your desk and it has a monitor to view what you were looking at?
Yeah. So the 10-inch is the monitor you're looking at. But it has an HDMI out, so I can have it plugged into my capture card. It had USB to make it into a camera, but I lost all the controls. So if it's hooked up to the USB as a camcorder, I can't do this like I can zoom in like this. I can't do this digital zoom if I have it plugged into the USB camera. So I decided I would not use that. Like 28, and we determined that was also 220s. Come on, get out of there.
D2 Crafty 1. Nice. You can really zoom into that chip and desolder those arms off one at a time.
Yeah, you can. I like this. It makes it so much better. And I can actually make sure that like while I'm doing like soldering like these, I can really see that I'm making a good connection or not.
I am Franken. Hello Dougly, the Microscope looks great.
Franken!
Tongue sticking out.
Good to see you, my friend. Haven't seen you in a while.
I am Franken. Glad to see you too. D2 Crafty 1. I guess the hard for me is holding the soldering iron well enough to solder those caps on.
Yeah.
I am Franken. I do not use Twitch much anymore.
Well, you can do YouTube also. I put this on YouTube because I know some people don't like Twitch, so I'm like that's fine. So I'm doing both YouTube and Twitch. But I know I'm just doing these repairs. Okay, so I'm gonna put
I
on.
am Franken. Oh, cool.
Yeah, we'll put on these two first. 26 and 24. 26 and 24. They're the last two of these.
I am Franken. What are you fixing?
This is a Sega Saturn. It was not booting into the BIOS
D2 Crafty 1.
correctly.
I'd be worried about burning those caps or something by holding that iron that close. How long can you hold it that close before causing an issue?
So my rule is a 3-second count. So like 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, and then that's usually as much as I want to put on there. Then I'll move the heat away for a few, and then I'll do it again. So let's see, 26. Double checking. But right in here, I'm not even touching the cap. I'm using the solder to get to the leg. And walking back. There we go. And we'll go off here. I'll just kind of push it down a bit to get the excess solder out from underneath of it. There we go. And then we'll solder the front leg. And I would not, do this stuff
D2 Crafty 1.
on
How do you know the cap didn't bridge the connection?
I mean, if you have a question, if you're not sure, if you or you're just curious, grab your meter and check them. But I've not had many trouble with that. See? Yeah, I've never had an issue with them bridging it. You got quite a big gap here, and then on the legs on the bottom too. Let me show you. You don't really have a lot of, you've got quite a bit of a space there. So unless you have too much solder on there, you shouldn't do it. And that's why I kind of slide it on this way too. Is as I'm sliding it, I'm pushing the excess solder I have on there onto my iron. And then if I have a bubble up here, I can then push it down. But as long as I'm staying within, that area, it's not going to bridge.
D2 Crafty 1. Maybe it's the legs on that chip there that may cause that issue.
Yeah, I mean, those will be easy to bridge. You got to be real careful when you're getting on, like when you're soldering the little legs here. Those can be nerve-wracking. All right, what are we going to next? We're going to 30. 30 is our big boy. He's 220, but he's a 10 volt. Is that all of our 220s? What's his two up here? 18 and 19. What's 18 and 19? Those are 100s. Alright. There's our big boy now.
I am Franken. The Saturn had Sony parts.
It did. Just for the audio. Sony of America was actually trying to get the Saturn made with
Half hour warning.
okay. This is a big cap. Hopefully trying to get them with the video chips, but Sony of Japan said no, we're not working with them for the video chips. We have Hitachi. And then it was also working with Sega of America, was trying to get basically the guys that developed the 3D engine chip for the 64, but Sega Japan said that we're not making it for 3D, we're making it in 2D. So yeah, all kinds of stuff could have happened if Sega of Japan would have listened to Sega of America.
D2 Crafty 1. Did you do the Game Gear for upgrading the caps and the monitor?
I have done that, but my Game Gear's messed up. So we're gonna take it apart. I'm gonna move the video mod off of that Game Gear and onto a different board, and we'll do a recap of that one. Alright, so I'm gonna put these through holes in, so that you can see this guy has been giving me trouble. So I'm going to, what is it, C46 330 6.5. Yep. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of get this in here, and then I'm going to do this off camera because I'm going to heat up the solder that's not wanting to come out when I'm desoldering it.
D2 Crafty one.
And just
You
push the
pick
leg
up the
through.
switch too.
Oh, you stupid thing. Still not wanting to come loose. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the leg to push the solder through. But it's still not even wanting to do it that way. So it's basically because we got all these heat pads around it, and it doesn't want to heat up. Here. There we go. See, still don't want to get that out of there. All right. Where is my prong? Here we go. We'll try this. Oops. So the 3D function does not do a good job. Or maybe I just got to zoom in too much. Alright. Thinking of other things here. Okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to go again with the legs.
D2 Crafty one.
Gonna
You
go through the
probably
leg on the
don't
top.
even need the 7-inch monitor if you can just connect it to your HDMI TV.
I like it that the little 7-inch monitor is right in my face. So like right now I'm not looking down at the board unless I'm like actually doing like this right here. I'm looking at the board, but most of the time I'm not looking at the board. I'm looking at the camera to make sure I'm getting all the points soldered correctly. So we can go
Tiki
ahead.
Party. Switch 2 is gonna take at least a year until it has a worthwhile amount of games worth buying. I still wouldn't cause I have PCLUL.
Well, it's like I don't want to spend that much money on it right now. Like I kind of want to get a PS5 before Switch 2. But they just said that my wife is losing her job because the minister doesn't like
D2
her.
Crafty one.
So
I don't think the price for it will ever go down though. Tiki Party.
maybe not, but
If consoles, a Steam Deck is the best deal. You can even use it as PC.
That's true. Alright, we got the other little guy here.
I am Franken. I am so happy with my Steam Deck. D2 Crafty 1. Sad part. You will never ever able to play Nintendo games like the ones they just release LUL.
That's true. And that's what Nintendo's banking on. Alright, let's see here. We're going to try this. I'm going to try heating it on the top side and the bottom side. I know you guys can't see this, but...
Tiki Party. You sure about that? Kappa, I was playing Pokemon Scarlet Violet on release date. I am Franken. Emulation is a thing, tongue sticking out.
Alright, fair enough. Okay, legally play. Get a little bit of a hole there? No. Jesus Christ. This right here is just really killing me. It's killing me, Smalls. We'll get the really nasty resin out here. That stuff's
D2
nasty.
Crafty 1. Exactly. Emulation is technically legal per se.
I'm pretty sure Nintendo bought that that one that they sued and put it on the Switch too.
D2 Crafty 1. Not legal even.
Right.
D2 Crafty 1. I think Nintendo bought them out to shut them up, I suppose.
Probably, but I was hearing somewhere that the Switch on Switch 2, all the Switch game stuff is actually emulated. It's not actual like real, like just they didn't put a Switch in there. It's emulated.
I am Franken. After all the shit Nintendo has done, I do not want to give them money ever again, but that is just me. Tiki Party. There are still releases for the emulator going around though. I got one recently, LUL.
Oh really?
Ko-fi stream but. Visit Dougly007's KO5 page.
We're gonna try this a different way. We're gonna really just kind of put a bunch of solder on both sides, and then off screen I'm going to basically. All right, so there. I basically put a solder blob on both sides, and I'm gonna have this have it stand up sideways. I'm gonna have solder my heat gun on one side, my solder sucker on the other, and I'm just going to heat them both up until one side melts onto the other side. That felt good. Oh, yeah. I've got a little hole started. That's all I needed. Finally, Jesus.
D2 Crafty 1. I'm not saying I don't doubt there is an emulator for those games. They have an emulator and for all systems for everything. I have a i9, which can probably run anything right now.
Alright, I don't know if that got it. Freaking annoying me to no end here.
Tiki Party. You saw they made an app just for ads? Watch them sooner or later show Nintendo Directs only there, cause to them, you watching an announcement is a prize. They'll test the waters and do a direct exclusive to the app. Mark my words LUL.
It's kind of stupid. But yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't even see that part. Ugh. This one's gonna be the death of me. Maybe I should do all the other solder or all the other ones, and we'll deal with this one last. Just having so much trouble with this
D2
thing.
Crafty 1. Getting that to focus sucks.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: is like I've got a little bit of a hole started, but it's not big enough for my solder to get on my leg to get through. So as you can see, I got some of it in there. I wonder if I can just kind of push it through with my.
Michael DeLima. Don't die at Dougly007.
Oh. Let's see here. All right, I think I can get it now. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Honey ho.
D2 Crafty 1. Do they have one with the autofocus or you just gotta focus it yourself all the time?
Yeah, I think the 10-inch screen had the autofocus, but what I was seeing is a lot of people turned it off because it would focus on the wrong thing sometimes.
Michael DeLima. Are you working on a Sega CD board?
No, this is the Sega Saturn. I was going to work on the Sega CD, but I can't find the Sega CD I wanted to work on, and I just got frustrated. And this is for my friend. He brought this over because he's like, it's not playing games, and when I started it up, it wasn't booting in the BIOS correctly.
Michael DeLima. Nice.
I'm going to go ahead and get this guy recapped. I think we only have a few more caps to do. Okay, so I've got
D2 Crafty 1. So the focus part might have focused on those arms instead of the board.
right. So I decided I would just kind of get this one with the manual focus and just deal with it myself. Alright, so come back here, phone. I've got 15 minutes to get this done. Alright. 19 and 18. They're both 100s. 100. 6.4. So J's. These are 100. Wait, these are UDs. Okay. Yeah, that's 100C, which would be a 16 volt. I think they just sent all 16 volts. Alright. Whatever. I keep on looking at 38 and forgetting. Oh, by the way, I can also capture pictures. So if I wanted to, I could hit a button here and take a screenshot. It has a little remote too, so I can take a screenshot or record a video, and it'll save to the SD card. What is this over here?
D2 Crafty 1. You think it's probably easier to use a magnifying light glasses than to get a microscope?
So I've tried the glasses route, and those were more difficult because I'd have to basically put my face against what I was looking at. Here I'm about 6 to 8 inches away with the microscope, and I don't have to bend over. I'm just looking down. I'm just looking at my camera. There we go. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. Is that what it is? I don't know. Some British phrase from an old TV show. I just hear a lot of British streamers say it. I had to look up where it came from.
D2 Crafty 1. They have one with a mini board on it and ones that just mounts on your desk. The mini board one any good?
I avoided the mini board one because I wanted to have it looked like it was too close to the board. Like right here, if I had the mini board one, I would not have enough room for me to move my Saturn around. So I did not want to do the mini board. The mini board would be fine if you only worked on like small things like controllers and stuff. Come on. There we go. I'll clean that up here in a minute. I felt like I pushed it too far back. So this one, so I bumped the 3D option. Obviously, that would work if I was closer to the board, but I'm not that close. I'll show you what that's good for in a minute here. First off, we'll go ahead and check make sure we got tone. I think this one because of this file. No? Because of this one. So where is this one going? Does it go back to this one? These ground share? Yeah, there's ground share. Alright, cool. They're not shorting. Good. I don't like that though. It's like there's a little bit of solder. Destroy the little plastic thing around here. Yeah. see the solder there, and I don't like it. Especially with that va0 being the one that I need it. Come on, get off the board. Get off the board. Nobody wants you. Okay. Where's our next one? 38 was not populated. Alright, here we go. We got C6. 100. 100. Same cap as I just did. Alright. Well, I don't think we're going to get this together and test it today. Red Knight, if you're still here, I promise I will get your stuff out. I just need to have time to find that Sega CD. I don't know where I put it, but it's here somewhere. So I gotta find it, and I'll test that Sega CD, make sure we're all good, make sure the battery's good.
D2 Crafty 1. Kinda sad I get here late to see this.
Oh, you're alright. There we go. I mean, we're getting stuff done. Just, yeah, I mean, I do have to leave soon, but you gotta see some of it. Keep on getting like solder not quite going where I want it to. Oh well, we'll get rid of that here in a sec. What, honey? Okay. Guess I was off on my count. Or 15 minutes went by
D2
really
Crafty
fast.
1. I like to see this to see the issues you could have.
Oh, I gotcha. Well, hopefully I don't have any. But thanks. There we go.
Bit Vandersnatch. Doug called me honey. Oh.
You know it, sweetie. Alright, so I've got C3.
Bit Vandersnatch. Thanks, buddy. D2 Crafty 1. LUL, there's also you can get a fume extruder to keep the fumes from going into your face.
I've got one of those. I just haven't turned it on because it's loud.
D2 Crafty 1.
I'm going to finish this
I
cap
don't
up.
think Doug meant to call me honey LUL.
No, my wife yelled down to tell me that it's time for me to come up for dinner. So I can probably come down after dinner. I don't know. Probably not. I'm probably just going to call it a day. I'll try to maybe come down a little bit after tomorrow, but it'll be late. So if you're in another country than America, it's probably going to be like middle of the night for you, which would be no fun.
Bit Vandersnatch. MRS Dougley rocks.
So I've got to do, I only need one more cap, it looks like. Yeah, I'm only seeing,
D2 Crafty
I'm seeing
1.
2 more caps.
Can you show how to clean up those solder joints later? Tiki party.
Yeah.
I'll check it out anyway. Can't stop me LUL.
Yes, we got those 2 to do. I'm not seeing any other ones that I need to worry about. I have a couple other boards that we'll have to put things on that is included with this kit. Because there's like 4 or 5 boards What is it? Yeah, SHPCB. Alright, cool. Alright, so we'll do that next time. Because if I keep on saying that I'll just do one more thing, I'll never finish. Just one more. I'm almost done. Just one more time. Alright, go ahead and shut off all the lights so you can see how dark it is without my 2 ring lights around it. So, without the ring lights, it's still not bad. It's just, it's a lot easier with those lights on there. Anyway, I almost got that one done. I'll go ahead and shut off the power so I don't forget. So we got that done. We turned off everything. Yeah. Hooray! We'll finish the Saturn next time I stream.
D2 Crafty 1. Lights on the Microscope.
Yeah, it came with a ring light that attaches to it to kind of help with it. The 10-inch one has one right at the bottom of the where the lens is. So really, the 10-inch one has a lot of extras for $100 extra. I just didn't see it being worth that. So, up to you. Watch some reviews is the best thing I could say. That's how I decided. I decided this one was the best one for what I needed. Anyway, I'm glad you guys came in, and I will talk with you guys later. I also need to fix the stupid name. I always decide I'm going to be doing something with the Sega CD or something else, and then I change my mind. Alright.
D2 Crafty 1. Yeah, light helps sometimes.
Yep.
Retro Goopy. See ya.
See ya.